Our Earth is enveloped by a thin, fragile layer known as the atmosphere. This gaseous shield protects life by trapping heat from the sun and regulating our planet's temperature. The atmosphere is a complex mixture of gases, each playing a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of our planet's climate. For centuries, this balance has been maintained, allowing life to thrive. However, human activities have begun to disrupt this delicate equilibrium, threatening the stability of our planet's climate system. The greenhouse effect is a natural process that keeps our planet warm enough to support life. Solar radiation from the sun reaches Earth's surface, warming the land and oceans. Some of this heat is radiated back towards space as infrared radiation. Greenhouse gases in the atmosphere absorb some of this outgoing infrared radiation, trapping the heat within Earth's atmosphere. This trapped heat warms the planet's surface and the lower atmosphere. Without the greenhouse effect, Earth's average temperature would be a frigid -18 degrees Celsius. While the greenhouse effect is essential for life, human activities have amplified this natural process. Since the Industrial Revolution, human activities have significantly increased the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This enhanced greenhouse effect is leading to global warming, disrupting Earth's climate system and posing significant threats to the planet and its inhabitants. Carbon dioxide, or CO2, is the most significant greenhouse gas contributing to climate change. It is released into the atmosphere through natural processes such as respiration and volcanic eruptions. However, human activities are the primary driver of the recent surge in CO2 levels. The burning of fossil fuels for electricity, heat, and transportation is the largest source of human-caused CO2 emissions. When fossil fuels are burned, the carbon stored within them combines with oxygen in the air to form CO2. Deforestation is another major contributor to rising CO2 levels. Trees absorb CO2 from the atmosphere during photosynthesis. When trees are cut down or burned, this stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere. The increase in atmospheric CO2 is a major driver of global warming. As a heat-trapping gas, CO2 prevents heat from escaping into space, leading to a gradual warming of the planet. While carbon dioxide is the most abundant greenhouse gas, other gases also contribute to global warming. Methane, or CH4, is a potent greenhouse gas with a much higher heat-trapping ability than CO2, though it remains in the atmosphere for a shorter period. Methane emissions come from various sources, including natural gas and petroleum systems, livestock farming, and landfills. As organic matter decomposes in landfills, it releases methane into the atmosphere. Nitrous oxide, or N2O, is another powerful greenhouse gas released from agricultural activities, such as the use of nitrogen-based fertilizers. Industrial processes and the burning of fossil fuels also contribute to N2O emissions. Other greenhouse gases include fluorinated gases such as hydrofluorocarbons or HFCs, perfluorocarbons or PFCs, and sulfur hexafluoride or SF6. These gases are used in various industrial applications and have a much higher global warming potential than CO2. Reducing emissions of these potent greenhouse gases is crucial to mitigating the impacts of climate change. Section 5. Global warming. The planet's temperature rises. The increase in greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere is causing a gradual warming of Earth's surface temperature. This phenomenon, known as global warming, is a direct consequence of the enhanced greenhouse effect. Since the late 19th century, Earth's average surface temperature has risen by about 1 degree Celsius, or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. This warming trend is unprecedented in human history and is primarily driven by human activities. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, the leading international body for the assessment of climate change, has concluded that it is extremely likely that human activities caused more than half of the observed increase in global mean surface temperature from 1951 to 2010. The impacts of global warming are far-reaching, affecting weather patterns, sea levels, and ecosystems worldwide. Section 6. Melting ice and rising seas, a visible threat. One of the most visible impacts of global warming is the melting of glaciers and ice sheets. As temperatures rise, glaciers worldwide are retreating at an alarming rate, and the vast ice sheets covering Greenland and Antarctica are losing mass. The melting of glaciers and ice sheets contributes to rising sea levels, posing a significant threat to coastal communities and infrastructure. When water from melting glaciers and ice sheets enters the ocean, it increases the volume of ocean water, causing sea levels to rise. Thermal expansion is another contributor to sea level rise. As ocean water warms, it expands in volume, further contributing to rising sea levels. The IPCC estimates that global sea levels could rise by up to 1 meter or 3 feet by the end of this century. Such a rise in sea level would inundate coastal areas, displace millions of people, and cause significant economic damage. Section 7. Extreme weather, a new normal. Global warming is altering Earth's climate system, leading to more frequent and intense extreme weather events. As the planet warms, the atmosphere can hold more moisture, leading to heavier rainfall and an increased risk of flooding. Heat waves are becoming more common and severe in many parts of the world. Extreme heat can have severe consequences for human health, agriculture, and ecosystems. Droughts are also becoming more frequent and intense in some regions due to changes in precipitation patterns and increased evaporation rates. Global warming is also affecting the intensity and frequency of tropical storms and hurricanes. Warmer ocean temperatures provide more energy for these storms to intensify, leading to more destructive winds, heavier rainfall, and increased coastal flooding. The increase in extreme weather events has devastating impacts on human societies and the natural world. Section 8. Nature's struggle, impacts on ecosystems. Climate change is affecting natural ecosystems around the world, threatening biodiversity and the vital services that ecosystems provide. As temperatures rise, many plant and animal species are shifting their ranges poleward or to higher elevations in search of suitable climates. However, some species are unable to adapt or migrate quickly enough, putting them at risk of extinction. Coral reefs, for example, are highly sensitive to changes in water temperature. As ocean temperatures rise, corals expel the symbiotic algae that live within their tissues, causing them to bleach and become more susceptible to disease. Climate change is also altering the timing of seasonal events, such as spring blooms and animal migrations. These shifts can disrupt the delicate balance of ecosystems, affecting the interactions between species and their environment. The impacts of climate change on ecosystems have cascading effects on human societies, affecting food security, water resources, and human health. Section 9. Our call to action, reducing greenhouse gases. Addressing climate change requires a global effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to a low-carbon economy. There are many actions that individuals, communities, and governments can take to mitigate climate change and build a more sustainable future. One of the most effective ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is to transition to clean renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal power. Investing in energy efficiency, measures in buildings, transportation, and industrial processes can also significantly reduce energy consumption and emissions. Reducing deforestation and promoting sustainable land management practices can help sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and protect biodiversity. Adopting sustainable transportation options such as walking, cycling, public transportation, and electric vehicles can also help reduce emissions. Supporting policies that promote clean energy efficiency, and sustainable practices is crucial to creating a systemic shift towards a low-carbon future. International cooperation is essential to address this global challenge effectively. Climate change is a defining issue of our time, but it's not insurmountable. By taking action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to a more sustainable future, we can protect our planet and ensure a livable future for generations to come.